All right, today in Versus we have two World War II shooters. They're both a little bit different from each other, but this is a crowded genre, as we know.
Not much, though.
Well, we have Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, which is from Activision out there for the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and GameCube.
Have you ever had a Big Red One?
Against, I'm not going to answer that, against Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood, which is from Ubisoft for the PC and Xbox. What did you think about the graphics for these two World War II shooters, and how do they compare?
Well, I mean, they're very well done, and both of them, and very close. I gotta tell you, though, that the effects in Call of Duty, the smoke and the debris coming down and all the stuff is really, really unbelievable. Although, in Brothers in Arms, I thought the environments were a lot more lush and the faces were a lot better. And presentation overall, the menu screens were very clean.
Whereas in Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, it's like this just flood of information coming at you. There's so much stuff going on. Massive amounts of people running down hills, and all kinds of buildings exploding, and planes flying overhead. Now, what about in the audio department? How did these two compare?
I mean, no comparison here for me. Call of Duty 2 is so phenomenal in the audio department, not only in the amazing music and orchestral feel.
They didn't go for Michael Giacchino this time. They got Graham Revell.
That's right.
He's like a film composer.
Yeah.
This is like one of his first video games.
But the ambiance that the game creates through the sound design is intense. The voice
acting
are
is awesome.
So realistic. I mean, you couldn't get better voiceovers for this game.
They got the band of brothers, actors, to do all of these roles, and they're inhabiting the same characters all the way through the game.
Now, that being said, the sound design for Brothers in Arms is also very good, and the music, it's a much more somber, kind of sad overtone, but live strings, which is great as well for the music, so that's good.
You know, I did like the audio design, though, in both games. I thought they were both fantastic, but again,
Call of Duty is just so perfect.
It's unbelievable.
I mean, it's literally perfect.
Absolutely. It's like stepping into the movie theater to hear a Spielberg movie. It's coming at you.
I mean, you could only be as good as Call of Duty 2. You couldn't be better than it. It's impossible.
So no question there, Call of Duty 2 wins this one. Now, what about in the gameplay department? In Call of Duty 2 Big Red One, we've got the 1st Infantry Division. We're following them all the way from landing in North Africa through to the battles in Germany. And in Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood, you're looking through the eyes of Joe Hartsock, and you're going through actual real-life battles that he went. So both games kind of follow this real non-fiction kind of angle to tell their story, but they're different games.
In Brothers in Arms, the difference here is it's almost more of a squad-based, because you're bringing your team with you, and it's about bringing your squad with you and everything.
It kind of mixes a little Call of Duty type action with a little full spectrum warrior type action.
Me, I don't really dig on that too much. But for Call of Duty, you feel like you're part of this bigger thing that's going on.
And because Earned in Blood is, it's centered around flanking around the Germans that you're encountering.
There's more thinking, there's more strategy.
Yeah, but each of the environments...
More micromanagement, which I didn't like. So again, when you play a game like Call of Duty, you feel like you're in the game, and you feel like you're in the game. Whereas in Brother in Arms, when you have to pull out and listen to a story, you're all of a sudden, you're kind of taken out of that world a little bit.
Still, I mean, they're both incredibly rewarding, and I had a great time with both games. They both feature online multiplayer play, except for Call of Duty on the GameCube, but they give you a lot of different options that way. These are excellent World War II shooter games, arguably the best two World War shooter games you can find on the consoles. I prefer both of these to the Medal of Honor series.
But I give Call of Duty 2 the nod for gameplay.
Yeah, I'm going to have to lean towards Call of Duty 2 Big Red One. I just love that they chose that 1st Infantry Division to tell their story. I think that's awesome. And then overall, which one's your pick?
I go with Call of Duty 2.
Me too. So what are you going to give Call of Duty 2 Big Red One?
I'm giving it a 9.
9 out of 10 for me too. Now what about Brothers in Arms, Earned in Blood?
I don't really like that style of gameplay as much. I'm giving it a 7.5.
8.5 for me. It's also a terrific game. There you have it, two brand new World War II shooters to go out and enjoy. Both of them are good, but Tommy and I preferred Call of Duty 2 Big Red One.